Wow, talk about a game that came straight out of nowhere. Dragon Ball FighterZ was announced in the middle of 2017, and already it was making major waves across both the Dragon Ball fandom and fighting game community. There have been many Dragon Ball fighting games throughout the years, some that are pretty good, some that are really bad. However, none of them had any serious predominance in the fighting game community. Not even Super Dragon Ball Z, which was tailored as a hardcore fighting game, was given much attention and ended up a commercial failure overseas. Despite this, the producers remained optimistic and even gave it a shot with other franchises such as Naruto, JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, and Gundam, but those did not amount to much in the end. They then pulled out the big guns with the most successful action anime of all time, and hired Arc System Works, who have a rock solid pedigree when it comes to fighting games. This also isn't the first time Arc System has worked on games for the franchise. They developed the Supersonic Warrior games and Scream Butoden, but those were simple handheld games. FighterZ is the real deal. FighterZ plays like an augment of various contemporary fighting games, namely the Marvel vs. Capcom series. You select up to 3 characters for chaotic tag team action. You duke it out against an opponent on a 2D plane. The control scheme is heavily simplified in comparison. Space buttons serve for all of the basic attacks, which consist of a light attack, medium attack, heavy attack, and a special attack. More advanced techniques are done either with button combinations or a button combined with an input. There are traditional command inputs with the 4 circles for special and super moves, but as complex as they come. Players can even perform powerful automatic combos by simply mashing any of the attack buttons, which combined with the non-existent command inputs makes the combat seem like it caters towards button mashers on the surface, but is actually a perfect way of easing newcomers into the game. Well, it takes a lot of skill and understanding of the mechanics to actually be any good at it. And for those who haven't been keeping up on news for the game, may be shocked to notice the roster isn't that big in comparison to the more recent universe. But that's because the producers want every character to be as diverse and balanced as possible. With that aside, there are a total of 24 characters, 3 you have to unlock normally, spanning the Dragon Ball Z and Super anime series. And that's actually a good number for the first entry in a fighting game series. In the end, it all paid off because not one character feels derivative of the other. Yes, even weaker characters like Yamcha, Captain Ginyu, and Nappa can hold their own against the omnipotent peers in this game. Now, with that said about the core gameplay, let's talk about the game modes. Story mode, like most Dragon Ball fighting games, serves as the game's primary single-player campaign, instead of a tried and true retelling of the original story, which you all probably heard a million times already. This game takes a page out of Xenoverse's book and tells its own story. In this story, mysterious android number 21 uses a weighing machine to seal the powers of the warriors on Earth, and created countless clones of them to wreak havoc. Just like Cell, she is a bioorganic android who feeds on the powers of other fighters, but her goals also go beyond mere world domination. It's up to you and Ko to stop her. You must become stronger through various fights first. As for the mode itself, it's tedious, very tedious. Newcomers may welcome it, but for those who already adjusted themselves to the game will find it to be a chore. For starters, the 4-game setting is pointless because all you do every stage is fight the enemy. Say as you will about Budokai 2's Dragon World, but at least you got to do stuff other than fight. I honestly wouldn't mind the grinding so much if the battles weren't so easy, and the game didn't insist on you beating the same clone battles repeatedly to get 100%. Aside from the story mode, this game has all the fighting game essentials. Arcade has you fight against a set of randomly generated opponents, but instead of going through one narrow course, this game flips the script by having you choose to play through multiple courses based on a certain theme of opponents. Local battle is the game's versus mode, where you can either face the computer, another player, or a similar tournament with up to 16 contestants, be it players or the computer. Practice allows you to mess around with the gameplay mechanics and learn the intricacies of the mechanics, while newcomers can jump into the tutorial to guide them on how to play the game. Now on to the most important mode for multiplayer, online battle. It's less than perfect. Fights with good connection are hard to come across. Sometimes you inexplicably get booted from the lobby, and I can't for the life of me find an arena badge.
Granted, it's a far cry from how bad the netcode was for the open beta, but it's worth noting you pretty much still need internet connection to access the main menu, so those with poor connection are fucked when it comes to playing this game. Visually, FighterZ is a beautiful game. I'd even say it's the best looking Dragon Ball game to date, or at very least the closest to resembling the anime. Unlike most 3D graphics, which have a pre-rendered design engine, FighterZ renders each and every frame from scratch to give that anime aesthetic, similar to the approach given to Arc System's latest game in their most famous fighting game series, Guilty Gear's Xrd Revelator. Speaking of anime aesthetics, this game goes above and beyond to make the combat resemble a DBZ fight put on a 2D plane. Sure, you have signature skills like Kamehameha and Special Beam Cannon, but FighterZ takes it a step further by having at least 80% of the character's moves being a direct reference to something from the anime and manga. You can check out iKevin's videos to see this game's painstaking attention to detail. Shout out to him for the clips, by the way. Pretty much all the voice actors from the anime series are repressed their roles, and they do a good job as usual. The English dub in particular has some dialogue that must be heard to be believed. Seriously, check it out. It's like the Funimation crew were really having a blast recording lines and transitioning the script too. The music does a good job at capturing the atmosphere of the game as always. It's mostly rock with some techno, orchestral, and various other genres in the mix. I honestly think it's the best score for a DBZ game since the Budokai series. Their character themes in particular are some real bangers. Finally, the verdict. Dragon Ball FighterZ is a game with a lot riding on it, and it lives up to the hype, for the most parts. While the single player content and online netcoding could use work, the overall formula is right on the mark. It's no Budokai, but this is the perfect middle ground I've been waiting for in a DBZ game. An accessible yet deep fighter that captures the essence of Dragon Ball. In short, Dragon Ball FighterZ is a must for both Dragon Ball and fighting game fans.